The Super is amazing. I absolutely loved this film. I have two queries about the ending. There are two things that I'm not sure about. I don't know if I missed something, so I will discuss those at the very end. It's not a complaint necessarily, just two things that I might have overlooked. So I will discuss this at the end with a spoiler warning, but for the most part, this will be spoiler free. The Super was released in 2017. It's directed by Stephen Rick. It's written by John J. McLaughlin. And we have a cast including Val Kilmer, Patrick John Flueger, Louisa Krause, Mattea Conforti, and Taylor Richardson. And this is about a man who moves into this apartment block. He is now the Super. And mysterious things start to happen. People start to go missing. And he has his two young daughters, Rose and Violet. And Rose in particular is quite an interesting character. She seems to spend some time with a character called Walter, but I don't want to say too much about Walter, but Walter definitely seemed quite creepy. They're all very well written characters. It's very suspenseful. The pacing is not too bad. The setting works really, really well, and within 12 minutes I felt sick. I wrote it down. Something happens within the first 12 minutes that made me feel so nauseous, and I did look away. I looked away for a couple of seconds. It was a lot. I have a high tolerance for horror and gore, but for me, that was a little bit too much, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And we don't get any information too quickly. I didn't think anything was obvious. I didn't work out what was happening, and I love that. I love the element of surprise, as long as it makes sense. And generally, I think it does. I feel like ultimately what happens I'm happy with. The progression of the narrative works really well. The characters are very well written. The suspense is great. The atmosphere is brilliant. It's just absolutely fantastic. I really, really thoroughly enjoyed it. And I don't want to give away too much more than that because I definitely recommend it. It's a great film, very suspenseful. Definitely made me feel sick on a couple of occasions. Well-written characters, really great performances. I can't fault it. I thought The Super was a fantastic experience and I thoroughly recommend it. I will now discuss what happens at the very end because I have two questions and I'm willing to admit that these might have been things that I overlooked. There were two things about the ending that didn't make perfect sense to me, but I might have missed something. So this is less so me complaining and more me asking, did I miss something? Can somebody explain this? Did I overlook it? So big spoilers from now as I discuss what happens at the end. We find out, of course, who is really responsible for what's going on, which I didn't see coming. I did not expect it. And the first thing that I was curious about is how did Walter know to use magic? How did he know to use black magic to try and stop this powerful being? I realize I'm not saying who is responsible. I probably can. I said big spoilers. How did Walter know to stop Rose with black magic? How did he know what to do? How did he learn about this? Did I miss that information? I might have done, but that for me was something that I wasn't sure about. I didn't know how he knew what to do. So if anybody can answer that, please feel free to do so. The other thing that I didn't understand, and this might be less me missing information and more me just not agreeing with the character's actions, it's when Rose was being stopped by Walter and the neighbour decides to stop him by, I think she hit him over the head. But she had just learned moments before that Rose wasn't a living little girl. The elevator scene proved that. Because the elevator doors were shut, they were going down, and then she suddenly appeared in the elevator. There is no way that she could now not know that she was not a living little girl. And that she was causing these evil things to happen. And yet she still tried to stop Walter from stopping her. And that just doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. Maybe one could argue it was a kind of gut reaction of seeing this young child, who up until this point, she believed was a real living child. And then that was kind of her reaction because she hadn't had time to process it. But I think, in my opinion, it would have just made more sense for her to do nothing. Because it was just illogical unless I'm missing something. The elevator scene was really critical in proving what Violet was saying about Rose. So for then the neighbour to do something that contradicts learning that new information, it didn't make a lot of sense. But I might be missing something, or maybe I just disagree with that character action. But I feel like I was missing something with Walter and how he knew what to do. But those aside, absolutely fantastic. Really loved it. Didn't see the ending coming. The Super is an absolutely fantastic film.